Although we thrashed Motherwell yesterday, Proper, in his humility, still let them have a goal so it wouldn't be too embarrassing for them. But today's news isn't so good. I'm only bringing you news about player sales and departures. Alan Hutton, in other words, said it would be madness if one of these sales happened, but here's the deal: there are 4, 5, or even 6 departures with rumors swirling. Stay with me until the end because I've got a controversy to share after telling you about all these exits, and I want to hear your opinion. So here's the latest. It looks like Rangers have finally managed to sort out a deal for Jose Cifuentes. According to BN Sports, he's set to arrive in Greece on Monday to seal a loan-to-buy move to Aris Thessaloniki. The Greek side will take him on a season-long loan, but the real kicker is that they're obligated to make the move permanent next summer with a tidy fee of £4.2 million already locked in. Now, let's be honest. The whole Cifuentes saga has been a bit of a head-scratcher. Remember how hard Michael Beale pushed to bring him in from LAFC? But from the moment he set foot on the pitch, it was clear he wasn't exactly cut out for the level we needed at Rangers. No surprise, really, when he got shipped off to Cruzeiro in Brazil for a loan spell, which, let's face it, didn't exactly go to plan either. Now he's off to Greece, and it's a bit of a miracle that Aris have agreed to this deal, especially with that obligation to buy clause. £4.2 million for a player who struggled to make an impact? That's some good business from Rangers. But let's hope the paperwork gets signed and sealed before Aris realize what they've agreed to and try to back out. So, with a bit of luck, we can say our goodbyes to Cifuentes and move on, knowing we've done pretty well out of this one. Onward and upward, as they say. Here's the latest on Cyril Desires. It seems Cagliari have got their eyes back on him for a potential move this summer. According to Tutto Mercato Web, the Serie A side are lining Desires up as a replacement for their outgoing striker, Gianluca Lapadula. There's been talk of a possible £4.2 million exit from Rangers, with Rangers on the lookout for a new striker, and Cagliari apparently among the interested parties. Now, in an ideal world, Philippe Clement would have already snapped up that free-scoring forward we've all been dreaming of this summer. If that had happened, Desires might have been packing his bags for Italy by now. But, as we all know, things have been far from perfect at Rangers lately. With the Copland Road stand out of action until at least September due to those delayed developments, it's been a bit of a tricky time. On the striker front, Rangers haven't quite broken the bank yet to bring in a new number 9. Sure, we've signed Hamza Igamani from FAR Rabat for a fee north of £1.5 million, but Desires is still very much in the mix, and let's be honest, he's been delivering. The lads found the back of the net in 2 out of our 3 matches so far this season, including that crucial last-gasp equalizer against Dynamo Kiev in Lublin. With Desires in form and playing a key role, it's hard to see Clement wanting to let him go anytime soon. The Belgian gaffer will definitely want to keep Desires in the thick of things, especially with the second leg against Dynamo coming up at Hampton. So, while Cagliari might be circling, don't expect Desires to be going anywhere just yet. Rangers have made what some are calling a crazy decision by dropping Ioannis Haji to the B team. At least that's how Gary Keown sees it in his latest column for the Daily Mail. Keown reckons it's a baffling move by Philippe Clement, especially since it's likely to hurt Haji's market value right when we should be looking to cash in on him. Now, let's be clear. It's obvious that Haji doesn't quite fit into Clement's plans for the first team. But here's the thing. Haji is still a talented player, one who's shown his quality, even making a mark for Romania at Euro 2024. But instead of keeping him in the first team where he might attract more interest, Clement's shuffling him off to the reserves. Keown's got a point. Wouldn't it make more sense to keep Haji in the spotlight until a deal is done? Speaking of deals, there's talk that Fiorentina might be interested in taking Haji on a loan-to-buy basis, which could speed up his exit. And let's face it, the club could do with every penny from that sale to reinvest in strengthening the squad, especially given how the new season's shaping up. Haji's situation is a bit of a head-scratcher. He's got talent to offer, but for one reason or another, it's just not working out at Rangers. His loan spell at Alaves last season didn't exactly set the world on fire, but he's still got 2 years left on his contract, and the club needs to make the most of that before the window closes. Keown also mentions Todd Cantwell, who's in a different boat altogether, but the bottom line is the same. These are players who, in the right environment, could shine. But if they're not part of Rangers' future, then it's time to move on. Either get them back in the mix or sell them for what they're worth. So as things stand, it looks like Haji's days at Rangers are numbered, and Clement's got to figure out how to handle this in a way that benefits the club the most. Whether that's keeping him in the first team for a bit longer or finalizing a deal, something's got to give. So here's the latest on our captain, James Tavernier. It looks like he's staying put at Rangers, and according to former Rangers defender Alan Hutton, that's a crucial decision for the club. With so much experience already out the door this summer, keeping Tav around could be exactly what we need. Let's break it down. We've already seen Vice-Captain Connor Goldson head off to Aris Limassol, and then there's Ryan Jack, Borna Barisic, and John Lundstrom, all gone on free transfers. It's been a bit of a clear-out, to say the least. And to top it off, there were some pretty serious rumors that Tavernier was close to joining Trabzonspor after they put in multiple bids. But here we are, with Tav still in Glasgow, and Hutton reckons that's a big win for us. Speaking to PLZ Soccer, Hutton couldn't help but marvel at Tavernier's stats, over 100 goals for Rangers, which, as he puts it, is mind-blowing for a defender. Hutton joked that he only managed about 5 goals in his entire career, so seeing what Tav's done is something else, but it's not just about the numbers. Hutton makes a solid point. With so many experienced players gone, keeping someone like Tavernier is vital. He's the guy who shows up in those big moments. European nights, semi-finals, he's always there when it counts. Tavernier is into his 10th year at Rangers now, and his staying on as captain gives us some much-needed stability in what's been a pretty turbulent time. Philippe Clément's had his hands full trying to reshuffle the squad, but with so many senior players leaving, letting the skipper go would have been a huge risk. Now, while it might look like Clement's overhaul is a bit incomplete with Tav still around, the reality is, replacing his goals and assists is going to be a massive task whenever he does eventually move on. And let's be honest, if results get a bit patchy, some folks might start pointing fingers, but you've got to think that keeping a player of Tav's caliber is more of a plus than a minus. There are still a few weeks left in the transfer window, so Clement's got a bit of time to wrap up his business. But for now, it seems like having Tav stay with us could be the steady hand we need as we head into the new season. So I want to hear from you, the fans. Do you think we should let our legend Tavernier go just for the money and forget everything he's done for this club? So I want to hear from you, the fans. Do you think we should let our legend Tavernier go just for the money and forget everything he's done for this club? I'll be back with more bombastic and exclusive Rangers news at any moment. If you don't want to miss any, just hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, alright? We are the people.